It is a fact that numbers have meaning of great significance in the Word of God. The number 666 is associated with the Antichrist, for example. The number 7 appears over 500 times in the Bible, over 50 times in the book of Revelation alone. The number 7 always is a symbol of God's completion and perfection. The numbers 9 and 11 are also strikingly tied to specific biblical meaning. We will reveal those in the next few moments and show you how they are amazingly tied to both September the 11th and the 2010 Gulf oil rig explosions. First, let me refer you to 3 other videos we have produced dealing with the Gulf oil rig and September the 11th connections as they are related to Israel, America's history, and the possibility of God's judgment being displayed. They are the Gulf oil spill, was it the hand of God? Disastrous links to the mistreatment of Israel, and September the 11th and the Gulf oil spill. Connect the dots. As a brief reminder of the information in those films, it is a fact that September the 11th was ominously tied to the 3 seats of America's initial governmental foundings. New York City was America's first capital, Pennsylvania was the second one, and Washington, D.C. was the third and final capital. All 3 were struck on September the 11th. Could it be a sign of judgment on America's government? Oddly enough, the Gulf Coast is where America was founded. Pensacola is America's oldest city. New Orleans had a huge slave market and also introduced the celebration of debauchery to America, Mardi Gras. The Gulf oil rig exploded, and at least for the first 70 days, the majority of the oil spill lay in a formation exactly between 2 points drawn from Pensacola and New Orleans. Could this be a sign of judgment on America's founding heritage? Now for the amazing numbers. The number 9 is a number of judgment. The number 11 is also a biblical number of judgment, but also it speaks to a sense of urgency. Consider the following facts and number correlations. America's universal emergency call number is 911. The worst attack on U.S. mainland in history, thus creating the worst national emergency, occurred on 9/11. September the 11th is the 254th day of the year. 2 plus 5 plus 4 equals 11. After September the 11th, there are 111 remaining days until the end of the year. The first plane to hit one of the buildings was Flight 11. Flight 11 had 92 passengers. 9 plus 2 equals 11. The state of New York was the 11th state to join the Union. New York City has 11 letters. Afghanistan has 11 letters. The Pentagon has 11 letters. Washington has 10 letters. Pennsylvania has 12 letters. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 is 2 times 11. The Twin Towers look like an 11. The Twin Towers had 110 floors. If you count the roof, which would be counted in biblical days, it would have 111 floors. Initially, the official number of people reported killed in the Twin Towers was 2,792. 2 plus 7 equals 9. 9 plus 2 equals 11. Later, the count was changed to 2,752. 2 plus 7 equals 9. 5 plus 2 equals 7, God's number of completion. The Gulf oil rig, the Deepwater Horizon, exploded 9 years after 9/11. 11 people died in the explosion. It occurred at 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It took 36 hours to sink. 3 plus 6 is 9. It occurred on 4/20/2010. Adding the digits to this date equals 9. 9 years after 9/11, 11 people are killed at 11 p.m. 36 hours later, 3 plus 6 is 9, the rig sinks, and it all happens on 4/20/2010, a total of 9. The 9s and 11s are eerily and undeniably linked to both of these tragic disasters. The two are further linked in that 9/11 was an attack on all 3 of America's government foundings. The Gulf oil rig was a disaster upon our Gulf Coast, America's settlement founding. Is all of this coincidence, or is it the warning of the hand and judgment of God.